So welcome to the last part of this. This is how to best use your growth thinking. This is a bonus section which we're going to focus on optimization. And well, let's get started. Let's show you how this works. So the first part is we're going to be looking at this as a solo situation. Okay, so we've taken into account several different situations. If this doesn't apply to you, continue listening to it because you'll find some optimization ideas until I hit your kind of category. If this is your category, awesome. We're starting with you first. So these are like your solo kind of one man, two man entrepreneur team, usually just one guy, one girl, do it with an idea. And what we're going to be looking at is when you're just starting out or starting like you've started, but there's no growth, or you're getting growth, but not enough, right? So those are like the three growing situations, right? Started out, no growth. You started, but there's no growth. And then you get growing, but it's not enough, right? And so we're going to look at it from those perspectives. Okay, how do you optimize? So here I am, I'm a solo entrepreneur, I'm just starting out. I need to think, what do I do to optimize growth thinking? So the first thing is getting super focused on the really small growth hacks that have immediate impact. The second part is leveraging is key. So you need to take the time to learn the elements and use them quickly as possible. So practice is really important. Collaboration is about sharing your growth hacks with others to get feedback. You know, when you work alone, you may not have people working on the growth hack with you, but you have people that you can show your growth hack design to who can give you feedback on things that they feel may work, not work, or can be improved, or something that's been missed completely. That's how you would use the growth thinking process in that particular situation. Now we've started, but we're not getting the growth we need. Okay, so we need to step back. We look at our competitors and scope out what your competitor is doing and what you can take to the next level. So whatever your competitor is doing really well, think, what do I do to take it to the next level to gain growth? Remember, you can't copy and paste everything here. That's not what I'm suggesting. But what I'm suggesting is learning what they're doing and how to do it better. Adjacent industries is seeing what other industries are doing and adapting them into yours. So rather than just looking at your competition, you look at a completely different industry, and then you're like, okay, how do I bring some of the things that they're doing and implement that and adapt that straight into what I'm doing, because I've started growing, but I don't, I started out, but I'm not growing. So I need to figure that out, and I need to find new, unique, creative ways to do that. So I look at adjacent industries. Next is freestyle, being creative and removing all the boundaries that hold you back. Okay, now this might sound super obvious, but sometimes when we think about competitors and benchmarking and industry insights, sometimes we get so linear in our thinking and so contained that we need to step back and say, hey, erase all that and think complete blank paper, like complete freestyle. Don't ever be afraid to do it, because some of your best work is going to come from a blank paper. It's not necessarily building on top of things that are around you. Next scenario is you get growth, but it's not enough. So what are we looking at, right? So we're looking at rehashing it, right? Take a fresh perspective on what actually was working or is working and find new ways to work with it, right? You know the old saying where they say, there's no smoke without a fire. Obviously, you have got a fire somewhere that's working. Reverse engineer that smoke, find where that fire is, and then how do you increase that fire? Sorry for the bad example, but at least I hope that many of us can relate to it. Okay, 3 steps ahead. So assume you're 3 steps ahead and then backward engineer your solution. So this is like an imaginative, very creative process, right? So here I am, I'm getting some growth, but I'm not getting enough. So I'm like, okay, if I think about 3 steps ideally forward, how would I reverse backwards? And what would that mean to me doing today in order to change it? Again, a super creative process to do that. Next part is combos. Okay, combos is about taking obviously more than 2 elements. So you can take 2 elements, 3 elements, 4 elements. Ideally, though, we talk a little bit more about this in some of the optimization secrets. And it's usually 2 to 3 combos. You don't ever want to go past that. Usually, just a double combo does the job. A triple combo could be pushing it, but beyond that, the failure rate goes very high. What that means is that you're looking at bringing 2 different things together. Like peanut butter and jelly taste awesome together, right? But if you looked at it from the outskirts from the very beginning, there's that doesn't make sense. Or chocolate and chili, right? Chocolate chili, right? It sounds awful, but it tastes awesome. Or sea salt chocolate, right? I don't know if you ever tried these things, but these elements that just don't sound like they come together, but when they're combined, they're magical, right? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the peanut butter and jelly of your growth, right? We're looking to combine 2 things that just weren't meant to be together, but are beautiful when they are. That's what we're looking for.